Hi, everybody. Okay, so this is just a really quick update in regards to some communication that occurred yesterday. Um, but before I go into that, I'm going to be doing videos every single day going forward. Trying to, well, I'm not working. I'm going to try and get as much as my story online as possible. Um, Now, that includes what occurred with the federal government, but that won't be until later. Uh, for a simple reason, I didn't file the claim until 2022. I do plan on filing an appeal, but for the time being, I'm in communication with the federal government's lawyer who um, has agreed that she would give me some breathing room to pay the order. So no collection actions will proceed as per her letter in the previous post. In regards to maintenance enforcement program, I'm a little bit annoyed at them at the moment. They froze my bank account again. So back in February, without any communication to me. Now they're saying that they sent me um, a letter. Um, they are an official body, okay? They have the power to freeze bank accounts and disrupt and literally destroy somebody's life and livelihood. So for them to say, "Oh, well, I sent a letter, so therefore I can take whatever actions are needed," is abusive. If somebody's going to do that, they should do their due diligence to try and get a hold of that person, to try and have some meaningful conversation with that person. Now, the courts are the the Queen of Courts bench through Justice Peterson gave gave Miss Aquila permission to communicate with me through email, to serve me documents through email. Now, maintenance enforcement program, they were supposed to be given all my contact information, but for whatever reason, even though those documents were allowed to be served to me, which served through email to me, which violates the Queen, sorry, King of Courts bench. Um, I'm so used to saying Queen of Courts bench, but it's King of Courts bench now. Um, So since Justice Peterson gave Miss Aquila permission to email me documents through email, which violates the King of Courts bench rules, you would think that maintenance enforcement would have been given the same contact information. Now, maintenance enforcement didn't send me a registered letter. They didn't serve me through process server. All they did was drop something in regular mail and then froze my bank account, which again is financial abuse. If if a program like this that is funded and regulated through the provincial government or federal government has the power to disrupt people's lives like this, they should be doing their due diligence to try and get a hold of that person, to try and have a meaningful conversation with them in every sort of avenue to try and get a hold of them before taking such actions. Not to do that is abusive towards that person because you're literally disrupting their lives. Now, this hasn't this hasn't just happened once, but twice to me. Now, in February, they froze my bank account and as such, my mortgage went into default. The contract that I had with my insurance company for my house defaulted. Um, and a bunch of other things bounced out of my bank account. All because maintenance enforcement decided to take these actions against me without even any sort of without trying to really get a hold of me whatsoever. Like I said, they said they dropped a letter in the mail. Well, you know what? Sometimes mail gets lost and in or delayed or whatever. They shouldn't have the right to do those kind of things. Like if they're going to, they should be taking they should be first trying every single avenue to try and get a hold of a person before they do that. So let's talk about this latest action. So I communicated with maintenance enforcement program in um, early May in regards to um, my house and how the freeze that they put on my house in February put my house into default. Okay, so I have been trying to gather up money to pay um to pay the arrears on the property. 2 weeks later, they put another freeze on my account. So no matter what I do, I'm not going to be able to pay this this arrears because maintenance enforcement has this freeze again on my account. So any money I have goes to maintenance enforcement. Now, it's kind of illogical that not even a month has passed before maintenance enforcement decided to reinitiate the freeze. So a supervisor at maintenance enforcement emailed me saying they've taken off the freeze of my bank account. And not even a month later, so not even one payment later, it goes back on. Again, I'm saying that this is a direct response to a maintenance enforcement officer by the name of Olu. I'm just looking up his last name. But I'm looking at this as harassment by him. It's not right that, first of all, when the freeze went back on, there was no communication back and forth saying, "Okay, well, we need so much money from you. We need some sort of attempt or something like that." There was no communication. It was literally an email from maintenance enforcement saying the freeze had been taken off, and then the next email was the freeze had been put back on. Sorry, I'm just looking up that email. I'll talk about his, or I'll give his last name in the next post, I guess. But um going back to this. So now what this means is that my house potentially is going to um well, the Casera Credit Union has already put my house into legal status with the credit bureau, which I have filed a human rights complaint over. And I'm actually looking at potentially filing a human rights complaint over or against maintenance enforcement program for the actions that they're putting against me. Um and potentially the provincial government. Now, I'm hoping that this gets resolved in the next 24 hours, but if it doesn't, I guess that's my next step. Um But we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I'm gonna be visiting Daniel Blakey's office today to try and get that information. Um, I guess we can only see how things go over the next 24 hours and go from there. All right. Well, you guys have a good day and we'll talk to you later. Bye.